suffer or struggle at their end of their life because they didn't live enough. A lot of people that are with people at the end of their life, they talk about the things they wish they would have done. One of the things I don't want you to miss on is telling your story. People talk about having lived, but never really sharing it with anyone. They tried things, they failed, they figured things out the hard way, and all that experience stays locked inside them. So when their story gets told, it's thin. A name, a date, a list of relatives, a time for people to stop by for coffee and a cookie, and almost none of the lessons make it through. That's the problem. Who gets to hear their lessons? A nurse at the end, a doctor, someone in a nursing home? Don't wait. Share your stories. Make it part of the way you live. Because your life can be a gift to other people. Not because you got everything right, but because you didn't. Hi, I'm Annie, Trusted Tour Guide Annie. I help people navigate meaningful milestones in their life using modern tools and methods and the very human instinct to gather what matters and pass it on with care. And this is Wisdom Wednesday. Happens to be episode 37. So I know it's a little late in the day, but I didn't want to miss. I haven't missed for 37 weeks. And it's just so important to me. This is part of my legacy, is honing my skills on helping people save and share their stories in a genuine way. Not some highlight reel that's unrealistic, but truly who they are and what they've learned. Here's the part we don't talk about enough. The most useful parts of your life are usually the parts that didn't go according to plan. You know, you've heard sayings like adversity is a gift. It's so true. The mistakes, the wrong turns, the tough times, the assumptions that turned out to be wrong, that's where the learning lives. That's where the growth lives. Some people learn lessons while gardening, when things don't grow, when seasons don't cooperate, too hot, too cold, too wet, too dry, when your patience gets tested. Some people learn through cooking, burnt meals, bad timing, recipes that didn't work until they finally did. You got them just right. Some people learn through gaming and sports, losing, restarting, realizing brute force isn't always the answer, that camaraderie and team members are so important to our own personal success. Some people learn by building things, projects that break, systems that fail, servers that fail, ideas that had to be rebuilt and built and rebuilt so many times, but were so worth it. Sound familiar? That's me. Different lives, same patterns. Nobody needs your perfection. What people need is your honesty. Don't die without people telling people what you've learned. Not just what worked, but what didn't. And it's not just about when you die, like some old thing. I mean, along the way. Let's learn to share with each other because it increases our connection in what really is a very lonely world. I mean, we've certainly heard over and over again, anxiety epidemics and loneliness and disconnect. Share yourself genuinely so that others don't have to feel quite so alone. Step out there and have the courage to do that and allow others to do that. Give them a safe place to land. Tell them what you'd do differently. What surprised you? What do you wish someone would have told you sooner? Take that and share it. Live, learn, save the lessons, and share them in your own unique way, like only you can do. Not as a performance, not as a confession, just as a useful truth offered to others, because you are more than a work resume. You have a life resume. That's what I want you to work on. What is it? And I don't care if you've never left your hometown, if you've always worked at the same place and been married to the same woman for 40 years, any of those things. There are so many micro stories in there that can help other people. Whatever you do, only you have done it. we need more than your highlight reel, and we definitely need more than some little obituary telling us about your whole life. I read obituaries for to remind me how precious life is, and I have a vision of perfecting obituaries as time goes on to help people really tell their story, just like I'm saying. So I read one today. It was maybe 6 or 7 lines long, and it spoke about every niece, nephew, uncle, blah, 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 predeceased by parents that have probably been gone for 60 years, so on and so forth. And then in one line it said, and she taught school for 33 years. But she didn't leave me a note. She didn't tell me, hey, this is what I learned by teaching school for 33 years. This is how parents can help their kids. This is what I learned from the kids. None of that. Just 5 or 6 lines and come for coffee or whatever, awake for, you know, at this date, at this time, and that's it. A whole lifetime. Share. Somebody needs to hear your story, I promise. Your mistakes don't disqualify you. As a matter of fact, they qualify you. In one of my previous reels, Wisdom Wednesdays, I talked about how, you know, or I actually, it might have been a short, but regardless, what I said and what I believe is we don't age, we're leveling up, just like gamers. We go to the next level and the next level, and those are earned. Those aren't birthdays anymore. Those are leveling up and taking our experience and making us stronger for who we are. So don't let aging scare you. It's just leveling up. And starting next week, we're going to talk about simple, practical ways to save those lessons so they don't disappear, using project management techniques and simple but modern and powerful AI tools that we have created and that we can share with you how to use. I'll be here next Wisdom Wednesday to help you get started with that. Trust me, you're important. So in the meantime, keep walking toward what matters.